I'm way too excited about the upcoming game, Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. At least for a grown woman in her mid-20s. To cope with my excitement and eagerness to play this game, I decided to play through Miitopia again, for the 8th time or so. In case you don't know what Miitopia is, though, thank you for still watching the video. Anyways, Miitopia is an RPG and a spin-off of the previously mentioned Tomodachi Life. It follows a pretty cliche RPG storyline and gameplay loop, but with a pretty fun gimmick. You get to decide all the characters in the story and you get to customize everything to your liking. That includes everything from your team, the allies you meet along the way, and the villains. Imagination is the limit. On the original release on the 3DS, you simply had the standard Mii customizer. You know, the one on the Wii. However, in the remake for the Nintendo Switch, the game featured the most insane Mii creator so far. Hell, this might be one of the most complex character creators ever made. It's honestly incredible, and the game is honestly worth checking out just to experience how wild these Mii creations are. Now that the Wikipedia article is out of the way, most Miitopia players, like myself, definitely have some tendencies when it comes to their cast, aka the characters they pick in-game. Some choose family and friends, which I'm guilty of. Some make their OCs, which I'm also guilty of. But for the most part, people are prone to pick their favorite little guys from their favorite little shows. And for this run in particular, I played the game featuring my favorite characters, or blurbos, some might say. I mostly did this because if all our wishes come true, we will be able to port our favorite Miis to Tomodachi Life, and it was just a must to prepare. And because I've already played through the game and have nothing of value to show you, I decided to draw the characters instead. I love to see fan art of this game, and I hope you guys do too. Firstly, I would like to draw myself real quick. While the game makes you try at least 3 different classes, I felt it was a bit too much to draw 3 different outfits for myself, so I just stick to my favorite and my instant go-to, the pop star. The pop star is, in my opinion, one of the best classes for crowd control in the game. You can solve conflicts between your characters, you can give everyone MP, make them all love you, and so on. It's also satisfying to sing really badly and take out the entire group of enemies. It is just so awesome. But my favorite thing about the pop star is the outfits. You can pick masculine and feminine attire, which is already super neat. But the feminine outfits are just downright adorable. And my go-to, as you can probably see by now, is the punk outfit. I love this outfit so much, and I don't think any of you can understand how badly I want this dress in real life. So yeah, here's the final result. I think it turned out super cute, and I hope it looks like me at least. The first character to join my party in Greenhorn was my favorite character ever, Rouge the Bat. Ever since I saw Rouge as a little girl, I was just captivated by her like nothing else. And as a woman in her late 20s, I still adore her to this day, and honestly, even more so. I've always felt very connected to characters who are outsiders, yet have their own little community they belong to. Rouge is by all means a bad guy in the Sonic universe. She does terrible things and puts herself before anyone else. She's a thief, a manipulator, and occasionally even a terrorist. But she's genuinely loving towards the people she truly cares about, such as Shadow or Omega. Speaking of her class in the game, she is a thief, kinda like in the games. I am so nerdy about this game that I always plan my team ahead, and deciding who got to be the thief was difficult, since more characters coming up were also very fitting for that role. But I decided on Rouge in the end, simply because it felt like it suited her the best. It looks so lovely, and here's the final result. I think it turned out so well. I think the outfit looks like something she would actually wear in the games as a skin or something, so I'm very pleased about that. Next up, Riska from Homestuck joined my party. Riska is one of those characters that you either love or hate, and for completely understandable reasons. She's sadistic, she's manipulative, she's cruel. However, what I found the most interesting about Riska is her journey, because Riska does end up reflecting upon her actions and does change throughout the story. But in the tragedy of her story, her art doesn't excuse the behavior of her past. She can change all she wants, and even save the world, but it doesn't mean that the people she hurt along the way has to forgive her. I think there's something so human about Riska and her story, and she might just be the most complex character in Homestuck. Hot take, I know. Anyways, I made Riska a mage in my playthrough, and some of you Homestuck fans watching this might feel confused at that, seeing that she is indeed the Thief of Light. So why the fuck would I make her a mage then? Well, obviously I did consider it, but I felt like Rouge was a more obvious choice in the end. The robes of the mage also resembles her god tier outfit slightly more, which, yeah, is a total cope in my end. Thirdly, one aspect of Riska is that she enjoys D&D and role-playing, so her playing as a mage didn't seem too far off. Yeah, I know, excuses. Whatever, it's my game. Let me have my fun, okay? And here's the final result, proving my point. I think she turned out so beautiful. I think the outfit suits her so well, and like I said, I think this resembles her god tier outfit a lot, so I'm very happy. The last party member to join me in Greenhorn was the woman of my dreams, Jasper from Steven Universe. Yes, my Greenhorn playthrough was literally just me and my bad bitches against the world. I know, sue me. In case you don't know who Jasper is, she is considered to be the most respected elite soldier from the alien empire, the Diamond Authority. She's strong, she's capable, and a total brute. I think unlike Rouge or Riska, Jasper is the most set in her ways. She has her morals and values, and she sticks to them no matter what. Well, unless doing otherwise will give her an advantage in battle. Of course, I had to make Jasper the warrior of my playthrough. Warriors easily do the most damage in the game and are the most tanky, perfect for a character like Jasper. The only downside to the warrior are the armor sets. They are just so hideous to look at, and it was quite the challenge to find the set I hated the least. But hey, my artistic freedom can hopefully fix the armor shortcomings. Either way, she rounds out this group of badass and cunning women perfectly. After the women of my dreams get stolen, my journey continues to next door, where I first run into Belial from Grand Blue Fantasy. I gotta be honest, my knowledge of this franchise is beyond limited. I have played the fighting game, and that's really it. So he might seem like a questionable choice. And he is, because I usually need to really connect with a character and know a lot about them before I get attached. However, not with Belial. Excuse my language, but oh my god, he's just so fucking hot. I don't give a shit what he's like, I want one. When I did get to know his character, it came to my attention that it was a very intentional decision. For lack of a better word, his main character trait is that he's a total degenerate, a total freak. He was literally designed to be the representation of lust, and I respect him for that. So in Miitopia, I felt like there were no better option than to make him the imp class. While others could also have been an imp, one of the costumes his job comes with, well, is this. And I'm sorry, but bro, what is this fetish wear doing in this game for babies? But either way, it's perfect for Belial. First video in, and I'm probably already gonna be demonetized because of this outfit. But whatever, it looks great on him. He would wear this, come on guys. Okay, here's a weird one. The second character to join the team is SCP-049 from the internet's favorite horror series, SCP Foundation. The SCP Foundation is by now very nostalgic to me, with literally endless amount of media to engage with. One SCP that always stood out to me was always 049. Obviously, I'm always fascinated by characters who do terrible things, but they're so consumed by their own goals or objectives that it blinds them to the hurt they cause. 049 is determined to find a cure for what is likely a fictitious illness, that he is more than willing to slaughter a bunch of people to reach his goal. You know, I just love characters who are straight up delusional. This psychotic mentality is also paired with this formal and sophisticated personality. He's wonderful. I especially love all the interviews with him, especially when he talks to a fellow doctor. He's just so polite and passionate about his silly little hobby. Obviously, he had to be a scientist in my run. It just makes sense. They can poison their enemies, or in his case, cure them. They wear a coat similar to his robes, which by now you can see that I picked the most slutty option. What? I love a man whore. And just look at him, he looks so good wearing this slutty little outfit. Like, I couldn't just give him a proper outfit. Come on, guys, he looks great. Finally, the team finishes off with my favorite little demon daddy, Montresor from Nevermore. What? You haven't heard of Nevermore? Well, to keep it short, it's this pretty popular webtoon. It's basically Harry Potter, but the characters are in purgatory and they're ghosts. And with a lot more teen drama featuring grown-ass adults. And Montresor is easily my favorite out of this colorful cast. He's a Southern American with religious trauma and a hunger for chaos. And by chaos, I mean sadistically humiliating his opponents and his allies alike. Like most characters on my Mii cast, he's an antagonist and is definitely the cause of most of the conflict in the story he's from. Also, remember when I said all the characters are ghosts or whatever? Well, he is literally a fucking demon. Montresor simply checks all the marks for a problematic favorite of mine. With his long greasy hair, his crooked nose he probably broke in a fight, his mistreatment of other people, and general tendency to be an asshole. Trust me, I can fix him, okay? Therefore, you may find it strange that I made him a cleric, but when he was alive, he was from a religious family, so tying him to a religion-oriented class not only fit fairly well, but is also quite humorous. And I think he turned out fairly well too. Also, I would like to point out that obviously the imp was taken. That would have been my first choice, but this is fine. Next up is the Elven Kingdom, where the first character to join my team is Knights. Continuing from my cast of morally great characters, Knights is a Nightmarian. Some might say a nightmare demon, and the goal of these creatures is to, well, cause nightmares in their victims. But not Knights. She would much rather just do her own thing and have fun. Of all things, I was actually introduced to Knights through a Final Fantasy inspired flash game featuring both the Sonic and the Knights cast. Knights instantly caught my attention with their whimsical design, and if you played the game, you know she was easily the most powerful character. It wasn't until my adulthood that I actually played a Knights game, and I quite enjoy them. I think they have a neat theme, and I love the journey Knights has throughout them, going from a selfish person who does everything for their own sake to genuinely care about the dreamer she meets. Yeah, I like certain character archetypes, what about it? I made Knights a flower in the game, mostly because I needed someone to be a healer, and the flower wears a skin-tight suit, fitting for Knights. And I don't know, I guess the little tornado attack is similar to Knight's Bane attack. It's a stretch, I know, but I think they turned out really pretty. It's pretty similar to Knight's original design, though with not as many colors. Like, this was the best one I could use, like the other ones fucking suck. Shortly after, Akechigoro from Persona 5 joins my team. Oh my god, I really do have a type, don't I? Akechi first appears to be a well-spoken, charismatic young detective who challenges the views of the main cast, but it's slowly revealed that there is something more sinister hiding underneath. There are many things I love about Akechi, but without spoiling too much to those who haven't played Persona 5, I love that such a broken person is packaged in such a dork of a character. Bro is literally 18 years old and is already going, "Hello, fellow kids," at people his own age. He's so pathetic and it cracks me up. I will also point out that I'm generally very intrigued by his story and the tragedy of it. In my humble opinion, he is one of the deeper characters in the game, and especially after Royal, it really helped flesh out his character more. In my Miitopia playthrough, I made him a cat firstly? Catboy Akechi supremacy, come on. Secondly, the class comes with these huge-ass claws, which is just so fitting for this dangerous little guy. Thirdly, and most importantly, this class comes with a maid outfit. You don't understand how much amusement I get out of putting this little ball of rage in a maid outfit. Oh, it's just perfect. I just love how all my women are wearing very respectable and decent outfits while the men wear all fan service outfits. It brings me so much joy. But not gonna lie, artistically I think this is unfortunately the worst out of the bunch. I don't know, I feel like I could have done better, but oh my god, this took forever to make. Ugh. The last character to join my party is Q from Miitopia. The first and only character not be remotely antagonistic, Q is the mascot of her game series, and her objective is to help the main character talk to girls and go on dates, among other things. Yeah, Miitopia is an adult dating sim, so this game is pretty difficult to talk about without YouTube coming after my ass. Probably. Either way, Q is very funny. She always has a quirky remark in any given situation, be it perverse, offensive, or absurdly cringe. She really is the face of this game series that I love oh so much and perfectly represents the vibe it has. I know, as someone who may or may not have put over 400 hours into this franchise. Anyways, I made Q a princess in the game. The princess class is kinda similar to the pop star in the way it focuses on crowd control, but this time they use their feminine charm to manipulate and allure their victims, which I thought was fitting for Q. Also, the default pink dress looked close enough to her outfit that I barely changed her gown throughout the playthrough. Technically, my favorite character from the game is actually Lola, but at this point there weren't many other classes left and I felt this suited Q better, honestly. Oh no, I guess Lola'll just have to marry me in Tomodachi life. Oh, how sad. Anyways, I honestly think Q turned out the best out of the bunch. She looks just so perfect and I'm really proud of this one. And there you have it, my entire Miitopia team. I honestly underestimated how challenging this would be to make because I was originally gonna add a few more characters to feature in the video, such as the Dark Lord, the Fab Fairies, and so on. But still, I'm so happy with how these turned out. I love how this game encourages creativity, not just through gameplay, but this game created such a wholesome and fun community. Back when it came out, everyone was just sharing all their fun Miis and wacky roles they put them in. Miitopia is just endless fun and I hope this little video can add something positive to such a wonderful fandom. Thank you so much for watching through till the end.